Hi, welcome back. Did you miss me? I missed you. Today we're looking at IELTS Speaking Part 3. Let's begin. Alright, on the topic is our previous speaking Part 2 about parks. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link right here. Go and watch that before coming back and continuing with this video. Alright, let's look at our Part 3 questions connected to parks. Are there many parks in your country? It's a relatively quite simple Part 3 question. It gets a little bit more difficult as we go. So, should the government make people clean parks and gardens? That's a bit more tricky than the first one. Let's go through one by one, and hopefully I can give you some tips and tricks for answering these questions. First, before we do that, I want to run through the method I'll be using, which is the area method, of course. If you've been following this channel, you'll know that I love using the area method. If you're looking for about a 4.5 to a 7 in your IELTS speaking, this is a great way to try and raise your score. So what is the area method? Well, I have a video for that too. I'll put a link right here if you would like to go and see how we can all use the area method. It's basically an answer with a reason, example, and at the end, to finish it off, an alternative view. What is alternative view? Well, go and watch the video. It's just a however or but clause at the end to give a different idea. Okay? Alright, with that said, let's have a look at our first Part 3 question. Are there many parks in your country? Of course, there are a lot, especially in big cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. There are several well-known parks such as Thong Nhat and Thao Dan parks, which are very popular spots for both locals and tourists. Unfortunately, public spaces have become scarce due to rapid urbanization. That said, I've heard that the government is currently taking steps to create more urban parks and green areas to improve the quality of life. Wow, this is quite a long answer from my student. She's put some really good phrases in here, like well known. You can see it means famous and popular, as well as rapid urbanization, great collocation for the increase of city land, city area. Okay, we also have scarce, which is rare, becoming rare. Really nice phrases here, along with the contractions. There are a lot, there are several. Sounds really, really good. Okay, let's move on to our second question. What are the benefits of having parks in the city? Oh, there are plenty. Parks obviously provide a space for people to exercise and socialize. They also offer fresh air and greenery, which is known to be beneficial for mental health and reducing stress. Also, parks encourage community gatherings where families and friends can spend quality time together. Without them, urban life would feel quite suffocating. So I'd say that in order to create a healthier urban environment, they're a necessity. Wow, again, a long Part 3 answer, but it's a good one. We have this wonderful phrase, suffocating, hard to breathe, right? And sometimes it feels quite suffocating to live in a big city without green spaces. We have again, there are plenty. Really nice contraction, reducing stress, lovely collocation, encourage community gatherings, some really good examples here. Quality time, so close time with your friends and family. Let's go on to number 3. Should the government make people clean parks and gardens? That's an interesting question. Honestly, I believe it's everyone's responsibility to keep public spaces clean. Of course, the government can introduce fines or penalties to discourage littering, but more importantly, they should focus on creating awareness and promoting civic responsibility. Encouraging students to participate in community service or volunteering would also do wonders to engage the younger generations. These answers from my student are quite lengthy, they're quite long, but I really do like them. She uses some great phrases in this one here. Introduce fines to get a ticket from the police, right? Or penalties to discourage, to try and stop. You can see it on the screen here. Discourage littering. But more importantly, they should focus on creating awareness, promoting civic responsibility, our responsibility in society. Very nice collocation there. Okay, let's move on and have a look at number 4, shall we? How do people of different age groups use public gardens? Well, it really depends. Elderly people often use parks for light exercise, like morning walks or Tai Chi, which is very common in Vietnam. Whereas I'd say the younger generation is more into recreational sports and running. Families frequently visit parks for playtime with their children, especially on weekends. So public gardens definitely serve different purposes for different people, making them a really important part of urban life. Wonderful answer. We've given examples from different generations, different age groups, and that's it, right? We've just given some beautiful examples. Don't need to do anything more. Light exercise, Tai Chi, recreational sports, badminton, running, and then we've got families, maybe having a picnic or something like that. Let's move on. So number 5, do you think we should protect trees? Definitely. Look at that answer. The response is so strong. Definitely. Trees clearly play an integral role in sustainability and environmental protection. They help reduce pollution, provide shade, support biodiversity, and even combat climate change. Wow, there's a lot to unpack in that sentence alone. I'll come to that. Protecting trees ensures that cities remain livable and green. Without them, we'd see more extreme weather conditions and poorer air quality. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer that both individuals and governments take action to preserve urban greenery. A lot going on here. Sustainability and environmental protection. Wow, biodiversity, the variety. You can see on the screen the variety of wildlife or life in an area. Combat climate change. Wow, 3 C's in a row. Combat climate change. Combat to be like to fight. sounds really good together. A no-brainer. And look at that phrase. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer, obvious, clear choice. I would really recommend you try and remember this one. A no-brainer. I love it. Take action to preserve. Really nice. Forming urban greenery. Here we have our 5 part 3 questions. Please write them down. Skip back or wherever you... I hope you wrote down some of those great collocations and phrases as we went through. And as always, see you on the next one. Goodbye.